All right, so I'm going to make a sensitivity video and a settings video as requested. These settings are my personal preference, and if you use them, it might take a while for you to get used to them. So, just a forewarning, most people wouldn't use this. Most people don't use ALCs. So, you might have to adjust this to fit your own preference. But this provides a medium between a 4-3 linear kind of setup and allows me to kind of compete with that meta. So, let's go. Starting off, I got a PS4 controller and I have Amazon paddles. Not a strike pack, so don't go buy a strike pack. And then just a regular PS4 controller. That's just personal preference. So I'll start off with gameplay. I don't do compact, stacking, damage numbers. Pretty much regular like settings you would already have. Minimap rotation off. Auto cycle on. I have always sprint on just because like my left stick will like mess up sometimes, and I don't like. It's not like it's a preference thing, but this also helps you like get into a box while moving on a controller, so you can armor swap. So for example, you can run at a box, open it, and you'll still be running, which is situational, but it can be helpful, which is cool. Auto run off because that will like fuck with you. If you have that on, it'll fuck up. I wouldn't do that. Jetpack control hold. If you want to be a Valkman, that's what you gotta do. Damage 3D. Damage closes that box. Obviously, that's off. That's a big thing on controller. You gotta have that off. It's a must have. This shouldn't matter, but I got a green reticle. It's like what I can see best. Like that green yellowish look. No color blind settings. Alright, controller. I do button puncher because I crouch with the R3. I don't even use the paddle to crouch. I just use the paddles to jump. So crouch with R3. I have menu cursor speed max. I think it's the fastest way to armor swap. I think Hal has his at like half. Imperial Hal has his like half. Didn't know that, but I have mine all the way up because I think it's the fastest. Trigger dead zones, none. Linear, and either small or like no dead zone. But I use advanced look control, so I'll just do that. Let's see, vibration off, movement dead zone small. It's just like what you should just use no matter what. ALCs, we had like minimal threshold, so I don't have stick drift because I have stick drift. Outer threshold 5%, response here 7. So I think 7's in between classic and linear. If you're an expert, you could probably just correct me. Yaw speed, pitch speed, so your vertical and horizontal. I used to play like all the way like max, so I tuned it down so I could just hit fire more. So this is what I use. What's that? It's probably like a 5. I'd say it's probably a 5 or 6 if you're looking at like regular non-ALC settings. I have a lower horizontal so I can help me like control recoil better. Vertical is higher, so it's easier to just control recoil, pull down faster kind of thing. I have ADS turning extra yaw on so I can track people that are going really fast, like Pathfinder grappling, rev jumping. They're moving faster than you would usually probably try to aim, so like you'd have to aim out and aim back in to track them, but it's kind of like helps you not have to do that as much. Aim assist on, of course. You're not a weirdo. Melee, aim assist on. Going to per optic at the 1 times at a 1.2, so that makes it a little bit faster. So you're probably looking at like a 5.4 cents. 2 times faster, 3 times faster. Just because you're zoomed in more, I think it's helpful to have it a little bit faster. 4 times. If you're using like a Sentinel, you can like quick scope. 4 times on a Havoc. I like this setting because you could actually control the recoil like mid range. Not like a sniper strike back kind of level, but like a normal human being kind of recoil control. 6 times, 8 times, 10 times, 3.2. It allows me to like, so if you're using a Kraber, for example, I can just like drag scope like I'm playing God. That's kind of how I justify a high sense on Kraber. And that's usually all you're going to use with these senses, so I have that high. If you play COD, I would recommend doing that. Like quick scope makes it like a lot easier. It's your passive high because like if you're playing Seer, you want to be able to move around fast if you're on controller. Usually the MK player plays Seer, so you wouldn't have to worry about this. But if you want to play Seer controller, you should probably have this up a decent bit. I don't play Seer. That's pretty much it. Video settings, I'll put at 1440. A normal person would probably just play on 1080 just because they want more frames. I'm capped at 144 frames. I got max FOV. Minimal view shake. You want that on. NVIDIA reflex enabled plus boost. VSync off. I have high texture filtering, higher texture streaming budget. Everything else on low. I have detail high just because I couldn't see shit, so decided to turn it on. I have a 4080 Super, so at this point I could probably have everything on high and it wouldn't matter, but I'm just capped at 144 frames, so it doesn't matter. It's just as far as my monitor goes. So that's how I see it. Alright, thank you guys. Bye.